I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Good morning, Kitty Kail.
Good morning. I was getting death threats if I didn't come back to the podcast, so I'm here.
You know what? I was under the impression that I might no longer have a co-host. I knew I was a friend, but I was like, you know what? This might be the end of her.
Yeah, I severely underestimated the healing that is of a neck lift. So I have been fighting for my life. I took 5 kids to the dentist this morning, and immediately following that had to drop them off at school this morning. And I bled through my clothes with my period because I got my period on the 1st of the month. And I bled through everything and had to go into the schools like that.
I thought you hadn't bled through your stuff in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I had it mostly under control, and now I'm back to bleeding through my stuff 3 times a day. I have been wearing men's boxer briefs to keep a pad in place with a tampon in. But I didn't do that today because when I got up this morning, I had no blood. So I was like, okay, I think it's day 4. Like maybe we're going to lighten up a little bit. But I think my period was like, no, I'm just kidding because you were laying down. So when you stand up, everything comes out. So I am just fighting for my life today between the dentist and my period.
Wait. Okay. So remember when we had the conversation about the tampons and it being like no blood on the one side situation?
Yep.
Are we still experiencing that? And did you ever actually do the marketing test that we were going to do?
No, I say I'm going to do a lot of marketing tests and then I never do it. No, I haven't had a chance because I missed my period for the entire month of August.
And you knew you were not pregnant.
No, I actually freaked out a little bit. So
like my tubes, you would be the one person that's tubes like grew back together.
Or I just had an immaculate conception somehow, but I was panicking and I literally was just like, I can't, this is insane. So, but I need to tell you that first day of school was this week and I had to print this picture because almost nobody's crying. Okay. That's right. Like, I know not everybody is looking, but nobody is crying. Nobody's crying.
You know, I used to think that one of your kids, and the one that I'm talking about was the prettiest kid that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And now my mind has changed.
You think it's Rio now?
No.
Valley is a little ham. Actually, when I picked her up from school today, look at that dimple.
I know, it's like the dimples and then just the hair and the skin and the attitude. It's just like all the things.
So I don't know if anyone else who has twins has experienced like in the same class, out of the same class. I know some twin moms want their twins separated. I know some moms want their twins together, depending on the different circumstances. For right now, I like keeping them together. But the teacher did stop me and she was like, they had such a good day. And she was like, she's like, I'll take Valley any day. She's like a little helper, like a little teacher helper. And then she said, whenever the other kids are crying in the class, she always goes up to them and like pets them and is like, okay, it's okay. And I was like, oh my God, because she has so much sass at home. So it's like funny that she's being like a little big sister to everyone.
Talk about that all the time about their kids. Like if your kids are really good at school, typically they're hell at home.
Yes.
Have you ever heard that?
Yes.
Jackson's hell both places. So we're in 6th grade now and he's going to be a sports broadcaster.
Oh, I love that.
So we don't need science.
Got it. Or social studies, probably.
So it doesn't matter if you get a 58 on a test.
You know what?
That's where we are.
He's not wrong. Okay. He's not wrong.
Yeah. I'm pissed.
I know, but like send him to Aunt Kail's and we'll make sure that he goes to a good school for journalism.
Okay. Well, I will make sure that I send him the note for that. I do need to talk to you about the surgery situation that's going on. Number one, can we just get into like the psychological part for why you decided that you wanted to do it?
Oh, sure, hon. Yeah, I am sick of seeing my double chin and my drooping cheeks, the jowls in all my videos. I know other people don't notice it like I did, but it was something that it bothered me. And every time I would see videos, I'd be like, oh, my makeup looks so good or my hair looks so good. But I have this bulky, like chin neck situation and droopy jowls. And I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again. Like my mom had it in her 30s, my grandma, my great grandma, all had the jowling and the extra skin, like bulky neck. I think what people don't know is that I also got my glands trimmed back because part of the bulkiness of my neck was that I had really big glands.
What causes that? Did they say?
I think that's also genetics, but Kristen might know better than I do. I'm not entirely sure, but I know there was a lot of scar tissue from trying to correct it from lipo in 2016. Okay, so they didn't tell Kristen. They just said that my glands were like big. And I'm emphasizing big because I think there's like enlarged glands and then there was like Kail's glands.
But was it like the glands? Because I know that you regularly like struggle with strep throat and stuff. Is it like those same glands?
No, but I honestly should have just gotten them out too. I don't exactly know what glands. All I know is that I'm not supposed to have any foods for a month post-op that would increase salivating, like whatever, salivary glands. Thank you. So immediately following surgery, she was like, no salty foods, nothing that's going to make your mouth water, no spice, stuff like that. And I know that when I had lipo in 2016 to my neck, that causes scar tissue, not by anything the doctor did wrong, but just in general, like having lipo causes scar tissue. So she had to spend an extra hour in my neck because I had so much scar tissue, even in the muscle. So it wasn't just like fatty scar tissue, it's like also in my muscle. But yeah, I mean, the amount of comments that I've seen saying, work out, you need to eat better, this, that, and the third. Yes, I agree. I need to do those things regardless. Mm-hmm. But what I had done could not be corrected no matter how many fruits and vegetables I ate, no matter how, if I had a private chef or if I have a personal trainer, nothing would have solved that. It would just truly make my skin droop even more.
Oh, I saw a couple of comments and it's like hit the elliptical and it's like, bitch, that's for your legs and ass, like not for your chin.
But like also even still, like there was, and I said this, I think I might have said this to you or to Becky, to somebody, there's a creator that I used to be like sort of cordial with, mm-hmm. and she flipped the script on me. And now all of a sudden it's, oh, if I had Kail's money, I'd go get a personal trainer and a personal chef and I'd have a garden of fruits and vegetables that I'm growing on my own. Yeah, I should do those things, but none of that would have corrected it. So then what?
Yeah. No, I think that you just have to make decisions that fit personal for you and just roll with it. I'm glad that you are much more recovered than other times that I have seen you. Yeah, I was a little scared for a second, honestly. I was like, is she going to have a face still? Like,
no, week 2 was the most emotional week of my life because that first week was all pain. So you're just like on perks and you're like, what the fuck? And then the second week you're like, oh my God, what did I do? Is my face ever going to go back to normal? Like, did I fuck up? Did I make a mistake? And then week 3, I started to feel better. I started to use tinted moisturizer. That's what I'm using right now. And a lot of my, my dissolvable stitches are almost gone. I have them right here.
The thing is as much as you were cut, I would have expected that the scarring would have been like much more noticeable.
I will say this, I'm waiting for it to relax a little bit. If you can see like that little pinch, there's a little bit left on this side. This is my more swollen side. And then the biggest scar that I have is under my chin.
Well, yeah, obviously that's where they did the most work, right?
I think so. Don't ask me. I don't know anything. I just find shit.
Like I was just there.
I was just there for a good time.
Oh my God, I have to show you this thing. And before I even get into this, I watch the most random TikToks of shit. Like I watch those TikToks of like people cleaning their baseboards and like doing house resets and like, I don't know, shit from the TikTok shop that I really don't need. But I ran across this one video of this girl. And okay, so when you travel, are you a makeup wearer while traveling or you're like fresh faced?
It depends. It depends the time of day, where I'm going, what time it'll be when I land. It really just depends. Like if I know that I want to go somewhere when I land, or I have to be somewhere when I land, I'm going to wear makeup. If I am taking an early flight out and going home, or I'm going from home somewhere and I sort of have like a free day, I'm going fresh faced.
Okay, so if I'm going in the car, I'm wearing no makeup.
Yeah, no.
Like that's just not happening. It's going to be like skincare and eye gels and that's it. We're rolling out. Don't give a fuck who sees me on the highway.
Don't care.
If I go to the airport, like when I came for the Webbies for New York, I was fresh faced.
Okay.
Because that was a late flight. Like nobody's going to see me, like whatever.
Yeah.
If it's just like a 2-hour flight and I'm flying to New York and we're going to go do something, then I probably will. So I ran across this TikTok because I always regularly get like some type of breakout from traveling.
Okay. Yeah. It's recycled air. It's like dirty air.
Have you seen this stuff?
No.
It's called antimicrobial facial cleanser. It removes viruses and bacteria, and it's just a FDA cleared skin mist. And you spray it just like on your face, and it's supposed to spray away germs from around the eyes, nose, and mouth.
Is that on Amazon? Can you send me a link?
This is on Amazon. I found it on Amazon. They have 2 sizes, but I was going to say this would probably be good like as we head into colder weather for our kids to give them a little facial mist before going to school.
And after school, so that they're not bringing it into the car and then from the car into something else. Yeah, 1000%.
Right?
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to put this to the test in a couple of days.
Okay. Send me a link for that so that I can also order it, and I'm going to keep one in my car and one in my house. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. We turn to some funny places for support sometimes, but not everyone is a therapist. So find your right match with BetterHelp, because we've done it all before, right? Like talking to our hairstylist, a barista, or maybe even like a random stranger in a bathroom for life advice. But as fun as they are to talk to, they're probably not going to give us real advice about, I don't know, relationships, anxiety, depression, or maybe another clinical issue. Nobody has all the right answers, but therapy can help. I just had my first therapy session after my surgery yesterday, and it went so well. I was just doing a run through about everything I've been going through so far, and it just feels so much better after talking to someone who is licensed.
I love that. With BetterHelp, they have quality therapists that work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp also does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals, and you're just going to do a short questionnaire to help identify your needs and preferences. It's also very flexible. So it's fully online and you can pause your subscription whenever you need to and switch therapists at any time for no extra cost. They have over 30,000 therapists, which is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. At the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/coffee. That's betterhelp.com/coffee. Okay, I need to ask you this now that like all the kids are doing some kind of school.
Yeah.
When they come home, do you hang up their backpacks in a designated place, or are they all over your house?
No, so I don't hang them up when I get home. As soon as we get home, I line up all the backpacks on the dining room table, because I have to unpack their lunch boxes, unpack their water bottles, go through their folders. And if I put them away on the hooks, it's just like more of a pain in the ass, because obviously when I built the house, I only built for 4 kids and now I have 7. So it's like double up and then whatever. So I line them up on the dining room table, and then I pull everything out. I set it on the counter, and then I do what I got to do, and then I fill everything back up, and then they go on the hooks.
Okay, well, I have to tell you, going through a backpack, like that will be one thing that I will be glad to give that job to someone else at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I hate doing it. I bitch about the apps all the time, like how many apps we have to have for the school. It's like, I don't know, for like your registration shit where you put like your license and your information. It's like one app. Mm-hmm. Then there's an app where the kids have the school assignments and shit. Mm-hmm. Then there's an app for other communications from the county. Mm-hmm. So then why are we getting all of these papers still when we have all these apps? Because I can't do both.
Listen, at the point, and I get it, like the dads are going to have a field day with this. The emails, apps, papers, no matter how you communicate to me, at the point that it is this long,
yeah,
and I have 100 children, I'm not reading it.
You know what?
Tommy's going to school with no red shirt. Tommy is going to school in a regular, whatever outfit he picks out. Oliver is going to school with Crocs on. I don't have the capacity. Like, I don't have it in me, whether it's one kid or 12. Like, because I know that you only have one, but to your point, now I have kids in different school districts. I'm not reading 12 different 5-paragraph essays on the different school. Like, please, like, I just need you to summarize. Like, this is where ChatGPT would be so effective and helpful. Summarize 5 paragraphs in 2 sentences.
Oh my God. Wait, I've got to get back to the ChatGPT thing for a second, because what someone said to me yesterday about ChatGPT, I was like, has everybody lost their fucking minds?
Yeah.
Okay? The dads will have a field day with this. So I'm just going to say I never related to you more. And I understand I'm a mom of one, but I never related to you more than fucking last week.
Why? What was last week?
The way that Will was skating on such thin ice. Mm-hmm. Please tell me why we're sharing time during the school week and I'm still doing all of the parenting obligations on my days and yours while you're laying there in fucking basketball shorts.
Let's talk about it, because there is some frustration that I have with one of the dads specifically. I don't understand men's logic. I don't understand. It seems like men collectively, most men, obviously we know, so don't write in and say, that's not true, I don't agree. Yeah, your husband might not fall into this category. Your boyfriend might not fall into this category.
They might be an outlier.
Let him be an outlier. You don't need to comment. This isn't for you. I am so sick of the dads who feel like parenting is not 100% of the time. So whether you have 50-50 or 90-10 or 20-20 or fucking 50, I don't care. 50-30, not 50-30, 37. I don't care what the split is. Parenting is a full-time job. So that also means hindsight is 20/20 and my vision is certainly not. So 20/20 Dateline. That's what I meant, Kristen. That's what's going to happen. 20/20 Dateline, whatever, on NBC. Parenting is a 100% of the time job. So I personally don't give a fuck if it's your time. If you are working and Will has more flexibility that day and Jackson has a doctor appointment or a dentist appointment or whatever the fuck he has going on, Will needs to step up, right? So if I also have 50-50 with, we'll say, Hobby, for example, or Joe, and one of the kids has an appointment, I do think that both of them would step up and say, like, oh, if you can't take off, just like, let me know.
Yeah, and I'll do it. Yeah.
I have a co-parent, and I almost made a TikTok about this instead of the podcast, but we're just going to leave it here, who feels that
you could do both.
Truly. He feels that he should not be obligated to do things on my time at all.
Okay, yeah, you can fuck yourself. That's number one. The way, Kail, I went off, because you get all of these notifications when you have notifications set up for like these assignments and stuff, and it's coming through and it's like, oh, Jackson got a 0 for this, or like this wasn't turned in, or oh, we're getting checked out. We're missing PE and home ec because we need to get to the lake. Like, the fuck are you doing?
Lake?
Number one.
The lake?
Yeah, because they were going to the lake. And I'm like, first of all, this doesn't work for me. Secondly, please tell me why I had to send a text that says, can you acknowledge receipt of the text message that I sent this morning at 10:52 a.m.? He says, this was at 1:10. So I gave plenty of time and it was something that was timely. He said, I acknowledge your text. I'm not sure why your manic state couldn't wait 72 hours, but I will be responding in kind when I return tomorrow.
In kind?
In kind. First of all, who talks like that? Second of all,
ChatGPT.
I'm egging your house.
I got chicken eggs fresh for you to just throw right at Will's house.
Third of all, okay, this was like.
Do you imagine it's like this episode airs and then there's footage of you like actually egging his house? I would fucking die. Can we get an AI of that, please?
You remember that gnome that was like going like this that you sent me in the mail?
Yeah.
I put it in Will's yard and it was there for like weeks before he noticed. And he was like, who did this?
He's like, this is from Kail. That's your warning.
Me and Kail. Okay, so this morning, I'm just sitting taking my morning piss, look down at my phone, and I see where Jackson's field trip permission slip is marked incomplete. Mind you, the field trip permission slip was due last week that I sent a reminder text to make sure it was filled out. And he confirmed that this was done. So I just sent a little nice texty poo and sent the screenshot and said, did you complete this? He goes, I thought I did, but maybe it never made it to school. If you need me to print and redo it, let me know. First of all, you never did it. You never did it. And when I was on the way to school, I'm like, Jackson, can you please go through your backpack because I need the field trip form.
Do you think that Will is colluding with my kids' fathers to like, and they're like collectively working on ways to piss us off?
Yes. I do. So Jackson finds this little form in his backpack completely fucking untouched. No signature on there. You know why I think he didn't do it?
Why?
Because of two reasons. This field trip cost $89 for students, and he knows that I always request that like one of us apply to be the chaperone, and it's $89 for chaperones too. So he was like, no, I'm going to leave that form in there for that bitch to do. Wait, and she could sign up.
Wait, what kind of schools do y'all have? What if somebody doesn't have $80?
Well, that's why I wanted to talk about this permission slip, because I'm like, what about little Timmy at the school that like his parents get this and have an absolute heart attack? Like,
no, because like I'm literally thinking about field trips for this. Like, I don't know that we've ever had one more than like, and I'm going out on a limb and saying $10, but I don't even think I've seen that. I've seen $5, $80-something for what kind of school is that?
I will send you, I will take a picture of this. I've got to mark out like some of the information, but I will take a picture of this. $89 for students and $89 for chaperones. Well, I didn't really have time to fuck around with Will this morning, but I plan on doing that this afternoon when I see him, when I go to the bus stop. And I'm going to show him this piece of paper. I'm going to say, was this the paper that you filled out? This one?
Tell him you're requesting half.
Also, where's the check?
No. Half of Jackson's portion and your full portion for him being a dumbass.
You know what? I'm really sick of some people, and this is not in regards to Will, but I'm really sick of some people going out and running their mouths about things that I have receipts of.
No, truly. Like spot on, hit the nail on the fucking head. Like, you are running your fucking mouth and doing no action, no problem solving, no solution. You're repeating the same patterns, the same fucking behaviors. When does it end? It doesn't.
You know what? I'm going to end my part of the conversation there because it ends when I say it ends. That's when it ends. $89. So since he filled this out, since he did that, I'm going to ask to see his checkbook where he should have the like other part of the check where it says like and when he doesn't have it,
you're going to egg his house, and then I'm going to egg it again when he cleans it up. Is that a threat? No, it's a promise. It's a little jokey joke.
I do want to say I do love him, and he mostly is good, but sometimes he just gets wayward, and it's like, okay, you got to get reeled back in a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I'm no longer your wife, so.
I literally would would love for this week to be started over with my kids' dads, but here we are.
You know what? We've at least made it to Thursday. There's only one more day for them to really, up the ante on the diabolical shit.
Yeah. Dentist today.
Oh, tell me about the dentist.
Dentist today. Nobody had cavities. None of them. All 5 of them. Tomorrow, I have to take Lincoln out of school early because he has to get... This is so annoying to me. And it's a stupid first world problem. My kids' dads don't operate during business hours, unfortunately. So,
what hours do they operate on?
Unsure. I asked one of them, does he have a job? And he wouldn't answer me. So, that was face to face. And he was like, why do you need to know? What do you need to know for? But no, I have to take Lincoln to the pediatrician. I have to pull him out of school early tomorrow because his physical just expired, and in order to get a new EpiPen for his bee sting allergy, he has to be seen at the doctor, which is fine because he needs a physical anyway. But it is frustrating if his physical was still like valid. If I would have had to take him in because like he's still allergic to bees. Like he's probably not going to grow out of it. But the freaking EpiPens expired yesterday, and I couldn't get him into the doctor until tomorrow. So I'm just hoping, for the love of all things holy, let's hope he doesn't get stung at recess between now and tomorrow.
That's so stressful, like the thoughts of that, because they can't use the EpiPen if it's expired. Like, what do they do with it? Throw it away? I
know people who have had EpiPens like hold on to the like expired ones. I can't for the school. Like any ones that are going to the school have to be like
the right date. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think they actually expire. I don't know for sure.
Kristen says, yes, they can. Freaking liars. Like they can use them. I'm sure it's just like a liability for the school. They can't administer something with an expiration date on it.
Exactly.
I don't want them doing that to my kid. Do any of your kids watch college football?
Yes, they do.
Which children?
Lincoln, Lux, and Creed is starting to get into it. We were in the car. I had just picked up Lincoln from Javi in Virginia, and they were talking about the Clemson LSU game. And we were a divided family that night. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was rooting for Clemson because you root for Clemson. And they were up. And then I think when you texted, I was like, I think the boys thought that they won. But when we checked the score, because we were driving, we didn't get to watch all of it. They were like,
and we were devastated here in this house. So.
I bet.
Really devastated. We love college football, but this was the photos that I received of Jackson because, again, he was at the lake. He got checked out of 2 periods so we could go to the lake. But
I love him.
And I guess Will took that one of him crying.
Oh, no.
Absolutely devastated. But something fun that you can do with those boys is we are doing weekly picks. So you just go on like ESPN app or whatever and see the games.
Okay.
And then just put Jackson and I put $20 on it, but they could put like $5 on it. And it's the overall, whoever has the most picks right at the end of the week gets the money.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun. That's really cute.
So it's like if 3 of them do it, then they could do like $5 buy-in, and whoever gets the most right gets the money.
DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots. Over $400 million has already been awarded.
New players get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. Download the app, use code COFFEE, and claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days, valid for featured game only, and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends October 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right, we spend so much time caring for our skin on our face, especially me. You guys know what I just did. But what about our neck? because I need to make sure that my neck is conditioned and well cared for after the surgery. And that's where Go Pure Beauty's Tighten and Lift Neck Cream comes into play. This is designed to be the hero of your fall skincare routine. It's a powerful formula. It's packed with clinically proven ingredients that visibly firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the skin on our neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. And I cannot wait to get back to using this after I'm fully healed.
I actually started using this over the summer, so I've been on it way longer than 8 weeks, but I did start noticing differences around week 4, and I love this product so much. The truth is the neck skin is so much thinner, more delicate, and less oily than the skin on your face, so it's very vulnerable as the air turns cooler and drier. GoPure's targeted firming complex gives this area the specialized care that it needs, helping nourish, strengthen, and restore a lifted, youthful look so you can step into the season feeling confident and refreshed. I also love that all GoPure products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, and sulfate-free, so you know you're giving your skin clean, effective care without the harsh chemicals or compromises. With over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret is no longer a secret. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off GoPure with code COFFEE at checkout. Just head to gopure.com, use code COFFEE, and you're all set. And after you buy, please do us a favor. When they ask you where you heard about GoPure, tell them it was from our show.
We have been playing chess here every night, and I just want to say that I have lost.
Chess, not checkers.
Chess. I lost to Lux the other night. Lux. I was tired, and I was still recovering from surgery. My 8-year-old beat me in chess, and that was truly not one of my proudest moments. I mean, I was proud of him. I was not proud of myself. Lincoln beat me last night. I beat Lux finally. And so I had no idea that Lincoln had actually learned, Javi taught him how to play chess. So I didn't know. So I learned how to play chess and taught Elliot. And then when we went to Virginia to get Lincoln, Lincoln's like, oh yeah, I've played at my dad's. My dad taught me how to play. I'm like, what? Like, I thought I was doing something special. And so now we just have chess tournaments, but we make bets. So last night, the bet was if I lose, I have to jump in the pool with all my clothes on. And so I'm required to do that today after school.
Can you use the excuse that your face doesn't need to be in chlorine to like not do that one?
I'm going to say that. And I'm also going to say that I have my period because I do.
I love the fact that y'all are playing chess because I just feel like I'm also in a phase of life currently where it's kind of like the fuck around and find out game. You play chess, not checkers, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm also in this like growing my hair out phase. This is the awkward length. I blow dried it last night after my shower and laid on it. Do you have extensions in? Because I might get them.
Yeah, I only have one row though.
I think I'm going to get just like a row or two of them just so that
you will hate 2 rows of extensions. Do not put extensions in your hair until you can just get one row. It's a lot of work.
What is the difference? No, well, so the extension things I hated because I was going to bed with wet hair. So the moisture would be trapped back here and then I would sleep on it and then I would wake up and I'd be irritated. So Taylor was like, you have to blow dry your hair. You have to put it in a braid. So I've been blow drying my hair every night so that I'm not going to bed with wet hair, but it's at this just fucking weird length. And she saved my hair, so I might be able to use it.
Well, just put in 2 rows of extensions. If you hate them, worst case scenario, just take them out. Highly recommend getting a blowout once a week if you have them. I was going to actually ask you on this episode if you've ever done a Brazilian blowout.
I feel like I did one time. I can't really remember if it was like a keratin or blowout. I don't really know.
I think that they're very different. I think the proteins and stuff in them are different. But I'm going to do a Brazilian blowout because my hair, the older I've gotten, the curlier it has become. And it's like you can't even like do anything like with it. So I'm getting a Brazilian blowout.
Period.
Yeah. And so I don't care if I look stick straight or whatever because look at like what is happening.
You've got curly hair now. I'm
just a curly hair girly. Call me Valley's mom.
Her hair is curly.
Curly. Can we talk for a second about your summer and it being the first summer without Lincoln and how you feel like the custody arrangement is going?
Okay. Here are my thoughts. Collective thoughts so far is I'm happy with I don't know if happy is the right word. I'm fine with it. I'll make it work. It was really hard to do trips without Lincoln because they don't feel complete. They don't feel whole. It also is hard to do them without the babies, but the babies, I know a ton of people always ask me why I don't bring the babies. Well, because it's not fun for the older kids when we have to schedule around nap times and bottles and this, that, and the third. There will come a time where they'll be old enough to come. It's not complete without Lincoln. And then we did South Carolina first, and then we did Virginia after that. It was actually upsetting because then it would be like, oh, remember when we did this in South Carolina? And it was like, oh, never, like, you weren't there. Like, never mind. Like, that is heartbreaking because obviously don't want Lincoln to feel left out. I also don't want him to feel left out. So it was hard, but it was also, and then the other part of that is like, okay, I really sat down and like thought about every single long weekend, every single break. When am I taking my son on vacation then? Mm-hmm. Like, when does he get to, because you're getting every single long break. So it's not like I could take him away for like a long weekend or something. It's like, and then in the past, Javi has been very flexible, pretty convenient. You know, when they went to Costa Rica and then we were going to Disney and then we were going to Spain, Javi never gave me a hard time about pulling Lincoln out of school. And, you know, we were pretty aligned on that. Like, as long as Lincoln is up to date on all his stuff, like, it didn't really, I don't want to say it didn't matter, but it wasn't super impactful because Lincoln would do whatever he could online. He is in good standing, whatever. With this new arrangement, with him having every long weekend, every holiday break, Christmas, Thanksgiving, spring break, like, that's first of all, a lot of time in the car. Like, we're driving almost 2.5 hours to the meeting place and then driving 2.5 hours back to turn around and do it again in 2 or 3 days. I think what's going to end up happening is that it's not really going to work out.
I think what'll end up happening is it'll work out for like the longer stretch breaks where you're not having to do the 2.5 hours there and then that back within 3 days. But I don't really think that's going to be conducive for a 3-day weekend.
When you're looking at the situation of driving 2.5 hours back and forth, Javi has other kids, I have other kids. So considering all of them collectively, it's a lot to ask of me and it's a lot to ask of Javi and Lauren, you know, to figure out what to do with the other kids for a minimum of 5 hours twice in one weekend. So yes, I understand that this is not about the other kids, but on a Friday after school, it impacts all of us. Like, we are talking about a minimum of 5 hours in the car, there and back, twice, because we're going 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours home, turning around and doing it again in 3 days. This is not. And then I'm thinking to myself, and I haven't talked to Javi about it yet, but like this weekend, for example, Lincoln has a doubleheader on Saturday starting at 9 a.m. And then he has a flag football game on Sunday. Cool. So that's 3 games in 2 days. What are we doing on the long weekends that he's with Javi? He's just going to miss them?
I was going to ask you that about the sports situation. Does the sports obligations that have been agreed upon, I'm assuming that y'all are agreeing for those signups, right?
Yep.
I could be wrong, but I don't think Javi would be the dad to be like, well, he can just miss those games. I think you do have one dad that would be like that, but I don't think Javi's going to be like that.
I just wonder what his plan is. Obviously, I haven't talked to him about it.
Right?
His parents, his sister. So that's helpful.
What do you think about maybe talking to Javi about the 3-day weekends if Lincoln's playing sports, like spending time with Javi's parents locally?
Yeah.
But I think that's a good like meet in the middle, right? Like
I agree with you, but you know they're not going to agree with that.
Well, you know what? Maybe they will shock and
surprise us.
Did you see that case about the University of Kentucky? I think she was like on the stunt team or
She was on the stunt team and she delivered a baby and buried it in her closet.
Yeah.
I sent it to you and I'm sick over it because did we not learn anything from the girl who gave birth and threw it away in the hospital trash can? Like, there is a such thing as like leaving your baby in a safe haven box. There's a such thing as like adoption. do these girls feel like they have no other option? Like I cannot get behind that. I'm having a really hard time with the like, we're going to coddle them because they didn't know what options were available to them. Like that bothers me. Like you mean to tell me you were on the stunt team, but you didn't have one single person that you could confide in to help you figure out a better solution than burying your baby in the closet?
I personally think that I don't know if she was like full term pregnant.
Like you think it was
because the charges weren't murder. I think that they do have to do an autopsy of.
We don't know if it was murder or not.
Well, and I think that's why I think a lot of people online are like, why wasn't she charged with murder? I don't think they can initially charge her with that until there is an autopsy on the body to determine the cause of death. My first thought was this like a preterm labor situation, had the baby, and it was like a stillborn. Still doesn't excuse that the baby was put in a trash bag and put into a closet. But some of the pictures that I've seen surface, like you could tell that she was visibly pregnant. So I don't think, my initial thought was, oh, maybe like her parents didn't know or something.
She knew she was pregnant. She knew.
Mm-hmm.
If that baby was born stillborn, like you didn't go to urgent care and like go to the hospital and like say like, I didn't even know I was pregnant. Like you couldn't even like pull that. Cause like I would have more empathy if you did that. And then was like putting your baby in a stillborn box. Like why are like, I can't understand. And like, as someone who was pregnant in high school, not once, but twice, like you can go get help without your parents.
Mm-hmm. I also.
How did they find the baby? Like,
I believe it was like maybe the roommates or something like found it and then called the police. And then that's how they discovered the bag of the baby in the closet.
I just don't like.
I'm just wondering, like, did a teammate come there or something? Because they would have known. I mean, if you're on a stunt team wearing some of the clothes that they wear, like they're pretty tight clothing, you would know that your friend was anywhere from 4 to 6 months pregnant.
Yeah.
She looked like, I wouldn't say like super, super visibly pregnant from the photos that I saw, but enough to know if you knew her prior to that she was carrying a baby.
It's just so devastating.
I just wonder if a friend came and helped her birth the baby and they did it together, or did she like do that on her own? Remember that one case that we talked about?
Skylar.
About that girl.
She buried it in the backyard?
Yes.
Skylar,
yes. I do believe that Skylar had that baby by herself, like on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that can happen. A lot of people were saying.
In the 8 years that we've had Coffee Convos podcast, this is the third one in 8 years. And they're like widely known cases. Like, you cannot tell me that any one of those 3 girls didn't see the last one situation, except for obviously the first one. You know how this turns out. You know that this is going to go viral. You know that this is going to, like, if nothing else, the life of the baby wasn't enough. What did you think you were going to do with this baby?
We haven't talked about Rocket Money in a long time, and I want to remind all of our listeners that Rocket Money is such a great option. It's an asset to saving money. If you guys have a ton of subscription services that you forgot that you paid for, maybe they are free trials that ran out and you forgot to cancel. When I first started using Rocket Money, canceled 8 subscriptions right off the bat, and it was such a game changer. Rocket Money, though, is actually a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, plus more, right? They monitor your spending and help lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
Rocket Money shows you all your expenses in one place, including the subscriptions that you forgot about. We all know that I'm a queen of doing that, so this has been so helpful. If you see a subscription that you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. Their dashboard also lays out your total financial picture, so info, including bill due dates and paydays and ways that's so easy to digest. You can even automatically create custom budgets based on your past spending. And I love the feature where Rocket Money will even try to negotiate to lower bills for you. So the app automatically scans your bills to find opportunities to save, and then it goes to work to get you better deals. And they will even talk to customer service so that you don't have to. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/coffee convos today. That's rocketmoney.com/coffee convos. rocketmoney.com/coffee convos.
I just don't understand. We don't know how long the baby was there, like in the closet. Was this like a recent thing that happened, or was this like a while ago and it's already like a decomposing body? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know how long decomposition takes. Will they ever be able to actually determine the cause of death? What if the baby had been in there for however long? Can that affect them being able to determine if it was stillborn or if she did something?
Yeah, because they'll be able to see, I think, by the lungs, like if the baby was a stillborn or not, I think, something like that, or if it was like strangled or smothered or whatever. The other possibility is like maybe the dad helped. I know people don't like when we speculate. That's the only thing
I know. And
trying to avoid.
I'm not necessarily trying to speculate. I'm really just trying to put my head around the idea that someone would do that and think that it wasn't going to eventually be found out.
Let me Google like updates. Stunt team.
I think honestly, she was just in court yesterday, I believe.
Okay, let's see. Of hiding a dead baby in closet. I don't know if that means. Oh wait, report on autopsy is inconclusive as of 4 hours ago.
Can you read more?
Yeah, her name's Laken. She was arrested over the weekend and charged with abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant. This comes after a dead infant was allegedly found in her closet. Now the autopsy reports are in for that infant. It's been completed. However, they're inconclusive, leaving investigators with further questions about how the infant died. A report from the Lafayette County Coroner's Office showed that the baby boy died on August 27th. However, it added that extensive microscopic analysis are essential to determine the cause and manner of death. With that, the investigation remains open, and that concludes looking into the cause of death for the infant. Once that can be established, further investigations into how that occurred can be more easily handled. It could also potentially lead to further charges in the case. More importantly, it would help lead to answers regarding what happened and why it happened. It says the infant was reportedly found inside a black trash bag and wrapped in a towel within her closet. She is also reportedly the mother of the infant. It is also unclear if she has currently retained a lawyer regarding the incident. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that she told officers that she was the child's mother and admitted to concealing the birth by cleaning any evidence, placing all cleaning items used inside of the black trash bag, including the infant who was wrapped in a towel. She was booked at the Lafayette County Detention Center and reportedly posted the $100,000 bond. On home incarceration with no ankle monitor. She is a 21-year-old stunt performer at Kentucky. She's now a junior. And she's from Tennessee.
I think the bond was with the condition that she would live with her parents.
Yes.
On bond. Okay, you might not know the answer to this question, but makes me believe that the child would have been able to live outside of the womb when they're calling it an infant and not a fetus.
Yeah.
Right?
24 weeks, to my knowledge, don't quote me on this, is like survivability outside of the uterus. I don't know what the percentage of the survivability is, but I know 24 weeks you can. So I don't know if you saw the stunt picture, like where she's in her stunt uniform. She had a baby bump.
Yeah, she did.
And I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm speaking for myself. It took longer my first pregnancy to start showing an actual bump than the rest of them. So that would lead me personally to believe that she was further pregnant than people might think.
I agree. I would say, again, not speculating, but like over 24 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
I would assume. Very interesting though, because I did not know until that update that it was a boy, because I saw on TikTok last night on my late night doom scrolling that she had reposted a video on her TikTok about wanting to be a girl mom or something like that.
I saw that.
I will tell you that I, for whatever reason, when I first ran across this, I was like, maybe she's been away from her parents long enough, like once she started showing that like they didn't know. And maybe they're finding out about it, because you can't tell me if her parents knew that there weren't any questions until now.
I think this one's more believable that the parents didn't know compared to, what was her name? Alexi Trevino or Trevisa, whatever her name was, that threw the baby away in the hospital trash can. And then Skylar, who buried it in the backyard. Like, they lived with their parents. Like, they had no excuse to not know. But this one, I could see the parents not knowing. But even still, once they find out, what did you think? Like, your beliefs.
About this, right? Like, what if she, let's just say hypothetically, you said she's from Tennessee, which is relatively close, depending on what part of Tennessee she's from, relatively close to Kentucky. What if she had been around her parents and she was or had been pregnant, but then when she actually started showing, she was like living back in Kentucky and her parents didn't know?
It's possible. Because
you can't tell me that if her parents knew, I mean, anything's possible, but if her parents knew, like, would they not have questions? She would have had to have told them something.
I would love to know what they told her or what she told them. I would love to know her story, because I just can't understand the thought process behind it. Like, I can't, even for the other girls that did it, is like, what is your thought process behind this? And then also, like, how do you move forward after? Like, I think Skylar is not in jail anymore and she's like living her life. Like, how do you move on?
I think the same thing about people who get away with murder. Like, think about Casey Anthony.
Like, how do you move on and not close your eyelids and see your baby?
I just can't get behind the idea of giving birth to a baby and putting it in a towel and then cleaning up stuff and then putting all of the cleaning supplies and the baby in the towel inside of a black trash bag and hiding it in your closet. Well, and if she had roommates,
did they not smell it? Because I know, I mean, we're talking about
that, but if the baby was born and it wasn't stillborn, like, wouldn't it have cried at some point? Like, wouldn't somebody have heard something?
Maybe she gave birth in her car. I don't know.
And then just took the trash to her closet.
But why? Like, your closet? Like, you didn't take the baby, like, what? To a dumpster? Like, you left the baby in your closet.
I can't even imagine. And like, she was dressed to the nines in her court appearance. Like, she was
really? Let me go look.
Dress, her makeup, full face of makeup, hair.
No
done.
way.
Yes. Go and look at the photo.
How do I like see it?
First of all, I wouldn't have done it, but I'm just saying, like, if that was me, I would show up looking like this in a Kelsey Ballerini sweatshirt and my hair on top of my head. I'm going to keep following this case like we've done, as you've said, over the past 8 years, the other cases that it's happened as well. There's a listener topic that I want to get to. This person says, I know it eventually falls on me wanting better, but how did you finally get the courage to leave your significant other? My relationship has been unhealthy for the entire thing. We have 3 kids and I'm ready to leave, but I don't know how to finally take the step. He's had several ups and downs with alcohol. He stopped for a year and has started drinking again. I work full time and take care of 99% of the things, bills, kids, meals, cleaning, etc. I have become super resentful. We're struggling financially and we shouldn't be. He picks and chooses when he works, and 70% of the time he plays video games. I'm not a saint and have become kind of mean due to my resentment. I'm not happy and I know that I want this to end, but it feels really hard. We have a home together, both on title, but I'm on the mortgage. He let me know the only way he's leaving is if I get an attorney, and he'll make sure that I spend the most possible with that attorney. I've called a couple and the prices are scaring me. I do well for myself, but I'm not sure how I can pay for an attorney and keep the household going when I'm already struggling. Not 100% sure what I need to hear, but the girls always deliver. Thank you if you've made it this far.
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is choose your hard. And by that, I mean, I have chills because I remember this all too well, whether you're married or just in a regular relationship. Choose your hard. Do you want to stay in this marriage where you are miserable and you become a shell of a human, you're a bitch all the time? Eventually that will trickle down to your kids, or you'll be so resentful towards your husband that you snap on the kids just because your mind is somewhere else. Do you choose that hard? Or do you choose the hard that is getting all your ducks in a row, starting to save a couple dollars here and there to like move forward? I've always chosen the hard that is without somebody. That's why I leave everyone. But as far as like paying for the actual attorney, that is something that is so difficult. And I don't have any advice there outside of like trying your best to like maybe make something on TikTok. Like if you can make yourself, a creator of some sort, whether it's crafting or cleaning, if you don't want to show your face and your kids, that's fine. Like there is a way that you could try to like go viral on TikTok to make money there. Cutting back spending, go thrifting instead of like regular clothes and shoes. Like, I don't know. Like I stayed at a homeless shelter in order to get out of a relationship. So I am willing to go to extreme lengths to do that. I don't know what other people's threshold is. I don't know in terms of like paying the attorney. That's where I'm stuck.
I have a lot to say about this. Number one, when resentment sets in, it's really hard to get over.
Yeah.
Like once that is there and you have met that threshold, you might as well, in my opinion, just go ahead and leave, because that is not going to change.
Yep.
And if 70% of his time is spent playing video games, knowing that you have 3 children, knowing that he has a wife, that if he was in tune with his wife, he would know that she was struggling mentally and emotionally. I also think it's very shitty, and I'm just going to say it, for a man to be on the title of a home but not on the mortgage, because that means that is fully her financial responsibility, and he only gets to reap the benefits of it, not the part that if she can't pay it, it's not going to affect him.
Do we think that she could file a possible separation to like maybe try to give him a wake up call? Because she's basically 1 foot out the door, maybe even 1.5 feet out the door. File a separation.
Because in my state,
True.
They don't recognize separation.
Here, you can say you separated on any day. Like when you go file for divorce, you can say, oh, I separated 6 months ago or whatever the case may be. But I think there's a way, like, could you file separation instead just to see, one, if you can do it on your own? Maybe they could remove him from the home and kind of go from there, let him figure it out.
Not like in the state of Georgia, as long as there is no like domestic violence or anything like that, it's a harm to like your physical safety, they will not require either party to move out of the home until the divorce is finalized and there is an agreement on what's happening to the house. Either it's being sold or one party's keeping it. So I think that really depends on states too. I do think this guy's going to be difficult, and I think probably a gaslighter and possibly a narcissist to say that he's going to make her spend however much money on attorneys. Like, don't let that, attorneys and bills are scary, but don't let that
scare you, because if he's picking and choosing when he's working and he's on video games and he's not contributing to bills and stuff like that, in order to fight her to make her spend, he's going to have to spend on his own attorney. Yes. He's not going to know what the fuck he's doing. So yeah, go ahead, go do all the filing. That's minimum $100 to file this, $200 to file that. So yeah, you can make her spend money, but you're going to be spending it too. And some things she'll be able to request attorney's fees for. So don't let that scare you.
Coffee Convos podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices, and that's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you.
Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. prices vary based on how you buy. It's officially cozy season, which means soft sweaters, layered looks, and comfort on every level. And if your bra isn't part of that equation, then we should probably change that, because if you're still dealing with the underwire pokes or bras that feel like body armor, you need an upgrade. I have completely redone my bra and underwear situation, but I'm here to tell you that Honey Love makes the best wireless bras that feel like a second skin. They're super lightweight, they're breathable, and they're designed to work with your body instead of against it. So whether you're layering under a t-shirt or slipping into a sweater, just hanging around the house, whatever it is, their bras will give you the right amount of lift without the squeeze, thanks to years of research, development, and testing.
Honey Love's signature support comes from smart design, not stiff wires or bulky padding. I absolutely hate that. It is all the shape and hold that you want without any of the stuff that you don't. And once you try it, you're honestly going to forget that you're even wearing a bra. I love Honey Love products just in general, but that new Cloud Embrace bra, it sold out in just days. It is a modern wireless t-shirt bra with sturdy, light padded foam cups that truly feel like a cloud against your skin. It is a wireless bra for people who love underwire, and I am sure this style will sell out again. So if you guys want to try it, don't wait. Treat yourself to the most comfortable and innovative bras on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/coffee. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off, honeylove.com/coffee. After you purchase, they're going to ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Experience the new standard in bras with Honey Love.
I also will say, be very careful, and I don't know if this applies in all states, but I know it applies in mine. If you're dealing with a shisty man that's going to tell everything, at the date that you say your separation date was when you file for a divorce, if you are physical with that person in any capacity, like sexually, that person can refile something to say the actual date of separation was from this date, not that date, because we had sex on that date. And then it pushes the case back and keeps pushing it back.
Yep.
I mean, thank God nobody ever told on me, but you know what I mean?
No, I completely know what you mean. And I would not be afraid to, he's going to have to spend money too. He's going to have, because he's not going to know what, like,
he's just trying to steer out of it, is what he's saying.
No, for sure. And it's comical because it's like no amount of ChatGPT can help you in front of the judge, right? Because like you can use ChatGPT, you can ask for help outside, but like when you go in front of the judge, if you're not fully understanding and comprehending what is being sent to you, you have no argument.
Oh my God, I forgot to tell you about the ChatGPT thing that I wanted to tell you about. Someone was like, if I was going to get married, I would just use ChatGPT for my vows, and then I would just like make it a little more personalized.
What?
And I said, that is diabolical. If I married somebody and I was with them for like 30 years and I found out that they used ChatGPT for my wedding, I'm following.
Okay, but wait, I have a question for you regarding weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you want to get married again or not, sort of irrelevant, because this is a hypothetical. If you were going to get married again, you're in a relationship and you're like, wow, I really see myself marrying this person. At our big ages, 33, 35. Are you about to be 35?
No, I'm about to be 36. Oh, it's my birthday month for those girlies that say birthday month.
Yes, it's your birthday month. That's why I was like, okay, so you're about to be 36. Okay. Say we are in super healthy, committed relationships and we're like, okay, yeah, we want to get married. Like, we'll do this. Mm-hmm. How long are you willing to go in the relationship phase, just boyfriend and girlfriend, before a proposal? And then tell me why.
I think
I'm not talking about the engagement period. I'm only talking about relationship
to engagement, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. I've always heard that if they haven't done it by year 2, then get out. I've always heard that. I personally wouldn't be staying in it to reach year 2. For like, I'm fucking grown.
Same.
And if I'm with somebody else that's grown, like you either want it or you don't. And if you don't know within the first year, I'm not saying they have to like, we have to get engaged within the first year, but if you don't know that that's where we're heading within the first year and you don't have like little spidey senses, take your boxer shorts and go on.
Same. So much same. And I'm so glad that we're aligned. And it's not to rush the process because I don't think, one, I don't need a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 ring. That's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, I don't care how long the engagement is. But if you don't know whether you want to marry me or not in year one, mm-hmm. I'm not sticking around for this. And like,
to be honest, I'm also at the place of once reached engagement, like I'm not even sure if I care about the marriage part. Like,
I just want to know we're locked in for life.
Yes.
And this is because you want to be here, you love me, not because you feel obligated. But I was so curious about like and I know we've talked about it before and people have been upset like by us saying like, I'm not personally, this is me only. I'm not sticking around for 5 years, 6 years, 7, 8 years to get a ring and to have a baby and to do like, it's not happening. I don't care about the engaged. Like once we're engaged, cool. I know that you did this because you wanted to. But I'm also letting that be known. It is okay if you don't want to marry me. It's okay if I'm not your person. It is okay for us not to continue this, but do not string me along because I'm not doing it.
Don't show up here and act like you locked in a forever girlfriend because I can promise you that is not what you did.
No, literally. You have 1 year. 1 year.
It's not about a ring. It's not about a wedding. It's not about, for God's sake, I don't even know if I want a wedding to be, like a party, but not really. It's not about like all of those things that I think that a lot of women and rightfully so, like want to have those experiences. It's not about that. I've already done this one time. It's just the further commitment outside of boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. I think Kristen and Corey got engaged and it wasn't even a year yet. Like when a man knows, they just know. Mm-hmm. That is correct. I knew it. How long, Kristen? 9 months? Were you all together?
We got together, like officially together Christmas Eve of, oh God, I forget what year, honestly. It was Christmas Eve. We got together. He asked my mom May.
5 months.
That year to
let
marry
that
me,
sink in. No,
then proposed on Halloween.
Let that sink in. In 5 months, he knew. And by what, I guess 10 months, 11 months, he proposed. Like he knows,
I think that I'm going to venture out and say, and this doesn't necessarily, I don't think that the statement that I'm going to make applies to guys under 30.
No. Okay. Also, let me clarify that too, because I'm with you on that. I'm talking about in our 30s, like we're early mid 30s. I'm not talking about 20s. Anybody that's in that category, this is not to you, for you.
Don't take advice if you're that age and listening to this and thinking, a year and then get out like that. I would not take that advice. It doesn't apply to you. But a man that is 30 or older, if within 6 months he doesn't know that it is headed to like a deeper level than just what you're currently at, have the honest conversation and get out.
Yeah. I can't say it better myself. 30s. I'm talking about 30s.
Interested to see what other people think. And I'm honestly surprised that you and I are aligned on that.
Same. I was a little bit nervous about where you were going with it. Kristen said just stay having fun until you're over it, but be on the same page. I think so often that's not happening, whether you're in your 20s or your 30s and even older. Like I've seen 40-year-olds go through it. Is like one of the people in the relationship is not being honest. And so they're essentially faking it until the next best thing comes along. And that's where it's hard. Like you have to be dealing with an emotionally intelligent person to know, okay, this person is done with whatever shit they've done in the past. They're ready to move on. They're ready to settle down, but like you have to be there. Like one of my friends called me. I haven't seen him in like 2 years. He called me last night and was asking me about his situation. And I was like, cut it off, because it sounds to me like you're not even invested the same way that she's invested and she doesn't deserve this. You need to man up and cut it off.
I dated somebody for over a year one time, and somehow it got brought up in a friend group conversation, like, when are you guys getting engaged? And he was like, we just started dating.
What? A year and a half? Y'all just started dating? No, that's like, by then.
Like, what's your timeline? Like, if we just started dating, then what does a year and a half from now look like? Like, is that like medium dating?
No, seriously. Like, what? Did you ever get answers to that?
No, because I never fucking asked, and then we broke up. Like, we just started dating. Like, is that what you're telling girls in Instagram DMs? Or, like, I'm confused because I have a timeline on my Instagram that shows that we've been together for 1.5 years.
That would be enough for me to be like, you know what? On second thought, I don't want to be somebody that has to convince you to be with me. Mm-hmm. Like, I did that one time. I'll never do it again.
Yeah, we're not in the game of convincing. You know what? This episode is like so full circle for me in life right now, because I sent somebody a text message literally last night and I said, I'm not in the game of convincing anybody about anything. So if you want to play games, play with your damn self.
Yeah. Play with your pussy, not me.
Goodbye. On that note, we have foul play.
Foul play. Hi, Kail and Lindsie. First things first, I have to shout out my best friend, Marissa. I know that bitch is always listening. Well, we're also shouting out Marissa, so thank you. Now, let's take it back 12 years ago. I was 19 years old with my 3 best girlfriends, Marissa being one of them. She was only 17 at the time and in her senior year of high school. Let's call the other girls Melinda and Jessica. Mm-hmm. Melinda's grandma would leave every winter, leaving her house open for us to stay at. So naturally, one Sunday night, we decided it would be a great idea to stay in and get drunk. All was fun and games until Jessica disappeared to the upstairs bathroom. Melinda and I went looking for her, and she was crying, saying she was going to puke. Little did we know she was having stomach issues earlier that day. We got her all set up to throw up in the toilet, but at the exact same time she started puking, she shit her pants. This is not where I saw this going at all.
Me either.
This might not seem like a big deal for some of you This might not seem like a big deal for some of you regular pant shitters, but Jessica was wearing shorts, so when she shit, it all came out. We just sat there and watched as diarrhea went up and down her legs and all over the white bathroom floor and rugs. I've never sobered up so fast. Melinda and I jumped right into action and threw Jessica in the tub. While we washed her up, we also cleaned the bathroom. We needed to wash her clothes and the rugs, but since Melinda's grandma was gone for the winter, she didn't have any laundry detergent, so we had to wash Jessica's shitty clothes with no soap, and yes, they still smell like shit. You may be wondering where Marissa was during all this time. Well, she was passed out and missed everything and still woke up to go to school the next morning. We have kept this shitty secret in our friend group until today, so I hope all you kiddies enjoyed it. This is your reminder to not drink on an upset stomach. Love you, ladies.
Okay, I am telling you, when you shit and puke at the same time, it is like a, what do they call that?
An exorcism.
Exorcism.
No, it is. I've done it.
It feels like an exorcism. That happened to me when I was in Mexico when I had that bug. Kristen said same at Cracker Barrel.
Yikes. She said she threw up on the table.
Who the fuck's shitting and throwing up at Cracker Barrel? I don't understand what type of virus that gets in your body that causes you to do both of those things, but I don't think I've ever drank and like had to shit and puke at the same time. It's like only viral that's ever happened to me.
Or food poisoning, probably.
Yeah, well, like a food. I know somebody who they split a hot dog like down the middle, and one person got food poisoning and one didn't.
That's actually really interesting.
The same wiener.
I wonder if that happens with STDs with the same wiener. Like one gets it and one doesn't. You know what I mean?
I'm fucking pissed.
I will tell you what. I was throwing up after my facial surgery. Mm-hmm. I couldn't poop because of all the meds. Also, they put me on 4 doses of fentanyl. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I was throwing up because I was so thirsty because my mouth was open. Like I would fall asleep with my mouth open from like the pain meds and just like in general. And when I was throwing up, couldn't poop, but it felt like my stitches were going to bust open and my face was going to peel off. Like that's what it felt like.
That sounds absolutely horrible. I do need to know, like, are you off your meds and is the shit back regular? Because I will tell you, I only took 2 pain medicines when, like, not like multiple medicines, but like pain pill 2 times when I had Jackson. Mm-hmm. And do you know that it felt like, I don't even know, like
shitting glass.
Yeah, like razor blades coming out of your asshole when I shit for the first time after having him. Mm-hmm. And it was days. It took me 2 hours to shit a turd like that big. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I was taking Colace when I got home because I hadn't pooped for a week and it was pretty bad. So, and Colace works, but I had to take it for like 2 days for it to work.
And now you're good.
Now I'm good. Now I'm fine.
You're just bleeding.
Yeah. No, I'm just bleeding all over the place, truly.
Thank you guys for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app. Follow and rate on Spotify or listen wherever you get your pods. For our latest merch, again, visit www.coffeeconvospodcast.com to shop. Full video episodes are available on Kail's Patreon at patreon.com/Kail Lowry. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope you guys have the best week and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
This September, CBS hits are streaming free on Pluto TV.
I'm coming in hot.
For this month only, you can watch full seasons of the CBS shows you love. From the courtroom drama of Matlock to the heroics of Fire Country. Go back to where it all began in NCIS Origins or watch the hilarious hauntings of ghosts. All for free. Full seasons of the CBS shows you love. This month only on Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Is this thing on? I'm Caitlin Bristow, host of Off the Vine podcast, where I get real. Well, maybe a little too real sometimes, with my friends and celeb guests from Bachelor franchise and beyond. I'm talking guests like Jonathan Van Ness, Nikki Glazer, Wells Adams, Elise Myers,
just like in this like business jacket, like I would love some tacos.
Heidi D'Amelio, Big Brother's Taylor Hale.
I have to bring it up because it happened and we're going to get through it.
What'd I do?
And so many more. So come hang out with us, hear ridiculous confessions, and get a little vulnerable because you know what? We're all just floating on this weird little planet together. Follow, rate, and review Off the Vine podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts.